Happy Saturday! What's going on, guys? See, now you got me thinking about you. I have to keep coming back. It's Saturday afternoon, about 5 o'clock, and it's been hot all day, sticky hot. Like the weather said 34, but my temperature sensor is in the shade, and it said 32.7, something like that. But when it was time to water, hot. It's cooling off now because there's a wind, you know, the cold front before a storm. So it's kind of starting to cool off now, but it's still a little bit sweaty, even though the sun's gone and there's a cool breeze coming. So it's not that cool. So I wanted to say thank you so much for yesterday's video. I asked a question. I said I wanted to ask a question about go back to this US, build a vehicle, build a step van is what I said. But I keep thinking about a pickup truck. In Thailand they have these like I guess you want to say some are stainless steel, some are made of alloy or something. Not really sure what they're made out of. Galvanized maybe, some of them, not sure. But if you look inside, they're just like a 1 inch or 1.5 inch thick frame inside, covered with this sheet metal. But even something like that in the back of, as long as the bed was pretty big, so you could lay down in it, you could build a small kitchen in it and freezer type thing, but not much room in it. And the reason is you get a 4-wheel pickup, you can go right up in the mountains. So I want to say thanks very much to everybody who commented. And you know, I've been thinking about this for so long, it's ridiculous. And a lot of people said, what is your heart saying? Well, my heart's saying, yes, I understand I'm good here, but I'm not a person who sits around very much. It's hard for me to sit still. And my next birthday, I'm going to be 69, and I still have energy. I still have enthusiasm. So I don't drink, so I'm not a person to sit around and drink beer and drink whiskey and get drunk every day. I can't do that. That's just not who I am. So I have a bit of an engineering head, as you probably know. So I always have something running around in my head. Solar, how to, you know, what is your load? How much is it? How much would the rectifier, inverter, continuous flow, and so on and so on and so on. How many batteries do you need to run an AC, fridge, freezer, whatever? You know, when you're driving, or you put a generator on, but at night, you know, you might need AC depending on where you are. So you know, you have to do all that, and that sort of stuff runs around in my head all day long. So I can't shut it off. And to be honest, I don't want to shut it off. That's who I am, and I enjoy that. I'm not a person who, like I said, can sit around. If you said to me, hey, come on, let's go get a coffee, I would say, let's go. And maybe have a donut, piece of cake or something like that. I would say, let's go. So, but other than that, I just can't sit around. I'll go have lunch, but I'm always thinking about what's next, you know. You know, the ideal world would be, I hope it's not too windy, making too much noise, but this is the best place that I can kind of hide from the wind a little bit. You know what would be super cool? If there was like a couple guys who said, hey, I want to build a truck or build a camper or something, and 3-4 guys, something like that. Any more than that, it kind of loses. You know, you always have one who knows everything, wants to do everything, wants to be in charge, that kind of thing. I just want to work as a team and build something. I think that would be awesome. And you know, if we said, okay, we're going to build you know, yours first. Okay, let's do it. You know, you choose your vehicle, you say what you want it to do. We can build the shell, you buy a shell, you buy a Class C, you know, we gut it, or fix it up, or just put electrics in it, or just put solar on it, or whatever. And then, you know, the next guy, and then mine, and whatever. And we can go together, or we'll meet somewhere together, or whatever. I think it'd just be super fun. What do you think? Yes, I agree that Thailand, you can live cheaper here, but I'm not dead yet. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not dead yet. So I don't, you know, today I went out this morning. I drove to Big C. I got some cat food for Sugar, because last night she didn't eat her dinner. She's still not doing great, but tonight she ate all her dinner. So, but I give her something slightly different. But you know, they say you shouldn't give high protein foods to dogs, but when the dog's sick, you can give it cat food. Give Sugar cat food, and the stink attracts them. So what she really likes is the local people will have like little pieces of liver, and they dunk it in some sauce and barbecue it, and it costs 5 baht each. So 20 for, so what is that? About $3. You get 20 some pieces, and she eats 3. I give her 3 tonight, so 3 per meal. So and I give her 1, so 4 a day, 20 baht, which is about 70 some cents, 50p, something like that. So not expensive, but she likes it, and it's good, I guess, good for her. But anyway, I got her that, and I got myself some McVitie's, dark chocolate, what do they call them? Like a wholemeal cookie. That's my treat. And I got a coffee and a piece of pound cake from, a slice of pound cake from S&P, and enjoyed that. And then came back. That's my big adventure for the day. I have projects I could do here, but I think I really want a camper. I really want to go on an adventure. And I think, you know, if you look at the weather here, people say you can travel around Thailand and do the same thing. You could, but it's always bloody hot. So if you're going to be, you know, you think rainy season's now till end of October-ish, and then you have December, February, where it's possible to have some winter. So last year we had like, the year before last we had like almost a month of cool weather, and then by January it starts to get warm. February it's getting hot, and then the hottest month is April, which is Songkran. So really you're talking about February all the way till December. So you're talking almost 11 months of hot weather, where people used to say to me, why don't you put a shirt on? Because it's too beep hot. I'm standing here sweating. So if I offend you, I apologize, but I'm hot here outside. And if I sit in the house with the AC on, then you hear the noise. So here I am. But so you could go to the mountains in the north, but you know, that's not a real big area. So you have to, you know, if you were somewhere like Vietnam, where you could go up into the mountains, I think you could be cooler, you know, like what they say about where is it, Peru, you can go high. Costa Rica, I think you can go high. There's a few South American countries where you can go high, where it's cooler. So if you're going to travel here, you know what a really good advantage about traveling here? People don't care if you just park and go to sleep. You can park on the side of the road, outside of 7-Eleven, in the petrol stations, gas stations. You know, if you go there and get fuel, go go over and park and go to sleep, nobody's going to care. Nobody, they just leave you alone. Whereas I know in the UK, somebody will be knocking on the door, you can't do that. Or in the US, you can't sleep here. But in Thailand, nobody's going to bother you. If like on this road here, where I am, it's a, you know, still a dirt road. But if you were to park outside my house, then I'm going to probably come out and say, what you doing? But if you went down the road a little bit, where there's nobody there, pulled over, nobody's going to say anything. The police have started to come by at nights. You know, they'll go down and come back a couple times in the night, which is nice, because there was a guy down the road, a young guy, who had a, let's say, tablet addiction, and he was stealing from some houses down the road. So they even put cameras up down there on the street, but nobody comes around here bothering. I think they know I have cameras too, but generally speaking, nobody bothers me here. And so the point is, you can park just about anywhere and nobody will bother you here. That's the advantage. The disadvantage is it's too hot all the time. You have to leave your truck running from just after sunset to just after sunrise to after sunset until it starts to cool down. I think it's getting a bit too windy, so I think I'll say good night. But my point was, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your comments yesterday, and if you have any additional comments, I'd love to hear them. I've answered every single one that you've left me, so thank you so much. Somebody offered, they said if I wanted to go to North Carolina to I could stay there. I'm like, dude, don't say that, I'll be knocking on your door. Okay guys, buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy and kindness. Look after yourselves. Until next time, see ya.